Chloe, you say you agree with the statement, men are more privileged in society than women. Why is that?
Because things are built for men.
Like what?
Things are like seatbelts and roller coasters and things like that are tested on men by men for men. Medication, most trials and stuff back in the olden days.
Yeah, so there's a couple reasons. So you referenced the fact that men are more likely to be, I don't think this is a privilege, men are more likely to be experimentally tested upon. Men are more likely to be given experimental medications. I'm not sure if that's exactly a privilege that men enjoy, but there's a couple reasons I can think of for that.
Things are thought of with them in mind and with women.
Well, sure, I can
that.
do one thing at a time, one point at a time. So you said that when it comes to medical testing, medicines are tested more so on men. I would say that, one, men are more willing to do certain dangerous jobs, and I would say it's a dangerous job to allow yourself to be medically tested upon. I don't think it's like some privileged position in society that a bunch of researchers and scientists are going to be injecting your body with something that could give you cancer or could kill you or could make you incredibly sick. I think men who do this are typically desperate for money. Men typically tend to have worse economic outcomes than women. They typically tend to, you look at male homelessness, for example, men are much more likely to be homeless than women. 80% of the homeless are men. So men are much more desperate. Men are much more willing to do these certain dangerous things to get money. And they don't have certain safety nets that women enjoy. They don't have certain fallbacks that women enjoy. The other thing, as it relates to the medical experimentation, if it happens to be the case, because only women can get pregnant, it's a really bad idea to test experimental medications on women. Look, you could tell the researchers, by the way, I'm not sexually active. I have no intention of getting pregnant. But there is just always that potential risk. You know, things can change. The woman gets pregnant. Really, really bad to give women experimental medicines when they're with the potential risk of being pregnant. I don't think that that's oppressing women. I think that's actually, to some degree, protecting women from not having like mutated, like I don't know what the right term is, like damaged offspring or damage the unborn baby because they're participating in a medical trial. And then I think that there's one more, but it's evading me at this point. So,
Brian, there's actually a really good, do you mind if I share?
Yeah, go ahead.
There's actually a really good example of this is Accutane babies. Women were going on Accutane and it wasn't really tested beforehand because, I don't know why, but it actually shrinks and the baby's head so they're born without a brain. And so it's pretty much just this tiny little head. So now women have to have two tests, pregnancy tests, and then has to be on like 2 forms of birth control in order to take it because it's so detrimental to the baby's health.
Is that for girls who have taken who already did it,
who
or
took Accutane
while pregnant?
And then while they're pregnant,
Okay.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I just, if the roles were reversed and you switched the role, you switched it to where the percentage rate of men who are medically experimented on, and it became women. So I don't know what the percentage breakdown is, but I feel like feminists would also be like, wow, this is so oppressive. Why aren't they medically experimenting on men? So you can't win with feminists. You just be upset, oh my God, there's a disproportionate, like these poor women, they're willing to be injected with this experimental treatment. And it's like, I don't know. And then what's the other thing? What's the other reason? Is it because of men are more, when it comes to they're more stable in terms of their biology because the hormones can have an impact. And so because men are more hormonally stable, that is better. I think that's one of them. I don't know.
Well, men are on a 24-hour cycle of hormones. Females are on a 4-week. So they're able to every single day be the exact same while females are changing every week.
Is there anything else, though? You said men are more privileged in society than women. What were the other things?
That just the world is kind of built for them. That's my opinion.
How's the world built for men?
Well, we've just had the discussion and you have told me what you think and I think what I think.
Yeah, how's the world built for men?
I told you already.
Well, you told me the thing about
that's
like drugs aren't
how I think.
Experimented on women.
Well, no, things are just like made with men in mind.
Like what?
Like all the things I just said and probably more. I don't know, fucking cars maybe. I don't know, pots and pans, beds, pillows, all of these things, like
what?
How tall men are, like all of these things are what is first thought of. That's just like what they model it off.
I think
Wait,
I think she's saying products
Beds.
products that are everyday use are made.
So beds are too big?
No.
I
No,
would
no. What is
disagree.
it about beds that is sexist?
No, I'm saying
You
that-
said beds.
I actually
What-
learned this in a communication class, and my teacher was telling me that she was saying that like the world is like our vocabulary, since it was made by a bunch of like white English men, it's like very like patriarchal or whatever. And like she used like California king bed as an example, like as to how the vocabulary.
Thank you.
is meant.
So at least other people know what I'm talking about.
Well, I don't think
I'm not
like,
saying
I don't
you
think
agree
there's
with me, but
yeah, I don't think like the world made for men. I don't think like things like that were made for men. But I will say like I can't think of another example, but that is like one of the examples,
like
like
cars.
California
One of
king
the first
bed.
electric cars was actually a female car. It was actually made for women shopping, and then the Ferrari was made for females, but then men decided they liked it too. Products are made for females specifically.
yeah, like period.
But yeah, but how are
products.
beds sexist?
You're just taking that as you wanted to hear it, so I'm not even going
You
to go
did
into
you
it.
did you or did you not say beds?
No, that's what you heard.
You said beds and
you.
pillows.
Here, let me open it
Yeah.
up to the women on the panel.
I
Did
said-
she mention beds?
I did, and I said that
Yeah,
beds,
how are
when
beds
they're being
made?
tested,
You,
The
the beds
majority-
are tested.
yes, by people, and the majority of the time those people
Do you have a
are
study?
men.
Do you have a study about the
You-
beds?
go on, you just said that there was a study because you're
that wasn't a study.
professor.
That was just a.
That was
that
just some
a-
dumb
that was
feminist
like some-
professor.
Okay,
saying
so
some
there,
shit.
there we go. That's some form of proof.
That's not proof of anything.
Okay, cool.
And it was your
Agree to
claim.
disagree.
It was your claim.
Cool.
You can't refer to like something she said. It wouldn't back up your original claim. You just pulled it out of your ass.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Cool. Anyways, everything you just listed is totally bullshit.
That's nice.
Totally bullshit.
Okay.
It sounds nice. It sounds like it makes sense in your brain, I guess. But none of it's true.
I think it's the same with you.
None of it's
though,
true.
As well.
How long have beds existed?
What you're saying doesn't
Do you
make
think that
sense
they
in
were
my
like,
brain.
you think like back in the, when beds, I don't know, 1,000 years ago, they were like, okay, we're going to test out the beds. No, it was just like people were living in caves and shit. And then they were like uncomfortable to sleep on the rock floor.
My thing is like, why do you care
Uncomfortable.
so much?
Me,
though?
no.
Uncomfortable.
Bro, beds aren't this sexist invention, dude. It was, man, sleeping on ground uncomfortable. Let me put padding.
Well, they probably saw their woman and were like, let's actually make a bed for this woman so she doesn't have to sleep on the ground.
Yes, it was, probably the cavemen were like, we're
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
We're kind of fine just sleeping on rocks and
Sure.
shit. But my fucking pregnant
was
wife is
that-
bitching and
yeah.
moaning.
Yeah.
Let me fucking make a
make a
fucking
bed
bed
for
for
her.
her
Oh, it was
while she's pregnant so she ain't a fucking bitch.
It was
How
100%
thoughtful.
that. It was
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Chairs are
fucking
probably
cavemen
invented
were
for
so
pregnant women
nice.
too.
So nice.
Anyways, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. I mean, you look at like how men live. Like you look at they just got like a fucking mattress in the corner and a fucking a fucking beach chair and in front of the TV. It's like men do all this shit to make y'all comfortable. All this shit. Like if men could get pussy in a cardboard box, they would just get pussy in a cardboard box.
Men are simple creatures.
Like all this extra shit, whatever. We don't need that shit.